We got some fantastic news for the future of Pokemon. Generation 10 might actually be one of, if not the best Pokemon games of all time. Now, I'm extremely excited for Generation 10, and it is going to be released in 2027, which is very interesting. The other day, we also covered leaks about how it could potentially be an early 2027 release, maybe for Pokemon Day 2027, which is just crazy to even think about. And now, going back to what I said, Pokemon Generation 10 might be one of the best Pokemon games ever made. So Pokopia just dropped. I am low-key a little addicted to it, and I have a solid point here to talk about how Generation 10 is going to be the best Pokemon game of all time, or maybe one of the best Pokemon games. Let's really hope. So talking about Pokopia again, the Metacritic scores are amazing. It's the highest rated Pokemon game ever, which is just absolutely insane. Like, it beat Gen 1, 2, 3, literally every single Pokemon game that we've ever had. Pokopia has better reviews, and it's just very highly rated. And if we're talking about this completely random Pokemon spin-off game that is the highest rated Pokemon game of all time, this is setting the tone perfectly for the Switch 2. This is the first real Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game that we've had, because Legends ZA, yeah, was a Switch 2 exclusive, but it also had the Switch 1 version. Pokopia only has the Switch 2 version. There's no Switch 1. You cannot play as on the Switch 1. I mean, you can game share it a little bit with your friend if they have a Switch 2. But if they do follow suit and lock in with Gen 10 like they did with Pokopia, I think we're going to look very good for Generation 10. Just thinking about what they could possibly do, they also delayed the game to 2027, which is good news overall. Like, that's fantastic news. Because of the Terra leak, telling us that Gen 10 was apparently going to be releasing in 2026, they delayed it internally to focus on the game. Like, 100% the reason why they did that was just to make the game even better. So if Pokopia, like I said, a random spin-off game, is this good, I think Generation 10 could really cook up something insane. One of the things that so far I'm so impressed by with Pokopia, which if you don't know, I'm actually playing the game as I'm talking. The thing that I love about this game is how interactive everything is. Like, all the Pokemon, you could obviously talk to the Pokemon, which is definitely not going to be a thing in Generation 10, but everything is so interactive. Everything feels so alive. The Pokemon, like, really truly feel like they're part of the overall story, which obviously they are in regular Pokemon games too, but this is almost a little bit different because of the fact that it's just a spin-off game. This game does definitely set the tone for how Generation 10 could actually be as far as new features, interaction with the Pokemon. It seems like Generation 10, based on the Terra League, we know that that game is going to actually be very interactive. Like, the whole overall, like, world is going to be very interactive. Like, water, fire, it's all going to work differently and just be something amazing. And one of the things about Generation 10 being released in 2027 is that they are actually still working on the game. Like, they're going to be still developing this game for quite some time. One thing they definitely need to lock in with Generation 10 would definitely just be the battles. Like, more dynamic battles, in my opinion, would be awesome. I know people want turn-based, some people want the ZA style. I'm kind of like in the middle. I like both. I'm a big fan of both battle styles. Let me know, guys, what would you want the game to have? Would you want it to be turn-based, like kind of ZA, or something brand new again? And like I mentioned earlier about this game, like, look how much personality Professor Tangrowth has. And like Bulbasaur, I mean, they like to interact. Like, see, we got Charmander and Pidgey over here playing with these wooden blocks, and we got all these Pokemon interacting with each other. So that's the type of thing that I'm talking about, where if they incorporate some of that into Generation 10, that'd be very fun. Just having our Pokemon interact with each other, actually like moving around and kind of being like curious, I guess I'll say. Maybe Charmander could light up a piece of grass or something like that. I think that would be awesome. And the graphics of Pokopia are very interesting. Like, it looks good. Like, it's a very silly, kind of goofy art style. It's just very interesting and very goofy, but I think that's amazing. And Gen 10 graphics, they definitely look like they took a step up. And like I said, they're still working on the game. They're still developing Generation 10 to the point where it's gonna look better. We're going to see a better game when it's fully revealed and fully released. I mean, technically it has been fully revealed, but I guess I more so mean like when we get a full, like, real official completed gameplay trailer, which is going to happen eventually. One thing that we need in Gen 10 are some online battle ranked modes. Like, we did get one in ZA. I want something even more though. Like, I think it'd be awesome if we just had huge ranked battle ladders. I think that'd be awesome. Weekly tournaments, gym leader online challenges, spectator mode would be cool. What I've always wanted is some sort of like actual stadium thing, like where we could go to a stadium in the game and see other random players battling. That would be so cool. That one would be definitely hard and tricky to figure out how they could incorporate that into the game. And I was talking about, I guess, the Pokemon, their interactions and stuff. Like, bro, we got Hitmonchan and Scyther being friends. Like, they were communicating earlier and said that they're just best friends, basically. It'd be just really cool if Generation 10 could give us more, I guess, interaction with the environment. Like, Pokemon reacting to weather as well. I guess if, like, a water type, they react to, like, the rain. Fire type reacting to some sort of, like, underground cave like we do have in the trailers, a lot like the lava and stuff. Full of content. Like, this seems like a game I could easily dump a couple 100 hours into, and I would still have things to do. I'm only about maybe 2.5, 3 hours into this game at the moment, and I've done a lot, but as you can see, I still have a lot that I can actually still do. Generation 10 needs to give us more content. I think obviously post game is the biggest thing that people talk about. We need a real post game content. I don't want the post game content to just be DLC. We love DLC. We want to get the DLC, but we also want good free post game content that's gonna last a long time. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire post game is just amazing. It's so good. The Delta episode, man, if you've never played it, it's very, very fun. I don't have any issue with buying a DLC if it's great. And a lot of people with ZA are kind of like, they hate it or they love it. Let me know, did you guys get the DLC for ZA? Did you like it? I personally thought the Scarlet Violet DLC was great. I thought it was packed with content. I was able to put a lot more hours into the DLC of Generation 9 because it was a pretty good DLC. And now from the Terror League, unfortunately, it seems like Game Freak don't really want to do more DLC. I mean, like they do, but like they're not going to really, I guess, put as much effort into it because basically in their eyes, it's not worth it. They just want to have more sales, which makes sense. But Game Freak, if you guys are listening, if you guys want more sales for the DLC content, make it something insanely good. Like make it something that people cannot miss. You know what I mean? With like the overall, I guess I'll call it, of Pokopia, like how everything is so interactive. Like I'm just standing here and you can see all the Pokemon are moving around. There's Pidgey and Charmander just they're talking to each other, man. We got Timber and Squirtle having a conversation down there. We got Jiffloon just chilling with his Eevee right here, just taking a nice little nap. Hitmonchan, you know, working out nonstop. I mean, that's crazy. But basically with Generation 10, I want the same type of thing where it's like if I'm standing still like this, I can still see everything interacting with each other. All the Pokemon, I guess the NPCs, which Gen 9, you know, did have that to an extent. But Gen 9 in a lot of ways kind of felt barren in Generation 9. It was not terrible. It was a good step forward. But like I feel like Legends Arceus, like the home base of Legends Arceus was pretty fun and pretty lively in my opinion. And that's kind of what I want to see from like just the entirety of the map of Gen 10. At least the areas where it matters, like the areas where it should be active. Obviously, there are going to be areas in Gen 10 in the map where you're out in the middle of the desert, you're out in the middle of the jungle, you know what I mean? So there's not like much really going on. We need a massive Pokedex in Gen 10. Like not even just new Pokemon. Like sure, I would love to have maybe 150 new Pokemon or like 200 even. Just because it's like Gen 10, like go big or go home. But I think, bro, we need the national dex in Generation 10. I think it would be great. I think it would be a perfect generation for that because it's full circle. It's Gen 10. That is awesome. Pokemon Generation 10. I want more online stuff with Pokemon Gen 10 as well. Like I want a town hall center area where you can see a ton of other players, and we do actually have leaks in the Terra League that do mention MMO in that game, separate from the Pokemon Seed MMO game. But within Generation 10, we should have some sort of MMO. I don't know if it's going to be like battling, raids. I don't know if it's going to be like an area, like a town square. Maybe you could trade with people. You could maybe swap outfits or something. You could just add them as a friend, like keep them as a contact on your Rotom phone. We do need some good trainer customization as well in Pokemon Generation 10 because that's just always fun to customize your trainer, make them look a little bit different from the next person. And obviously the story needs to be good. With Pokopia so far, I think the story is very fun. Like I just love how the Pokemon talk about, I guess, humans and stuff. I love how they talk to each other and they ask me questions. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys that haven't played the game yet, but the storyline of this game is very fun so far. Like, I'm really enjoying it. With Generation 10, I want something a little bit more serious. Like, this is more of like a fun game, so it can be fun. Like, they could do jokes and say random references that are just funny and like make you grin and make you smile. But with Gen 10, I think it would be great if it had more of a serious tone, just like Pokemon Black and White did. Pokemon Black and White had a pretty serious tone overall to it. That's my favorite generation. I love Black and White. I love Pokemon Black and White too. And I would just love to see a serious tone. Voice acting would be cool, but hey, dude, this video is low-key turning into like a wish list of Generation 10. I didn't even mean it like that. Basically, my point is Pokopia is a very good game. Like, dude, this is such a fun game. There's so much I could do. I'm probably gonna grind this out before I go to bed tonight. I want to go live soon, so make sure to turn on the post notifications because your boy might be going live again, hopefully sometime very, very soon with Pokopia. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm so sorry, guys. My brain is all over the place. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Pokopia is a fantastic game. The first Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game. With that being said, Generation 10, I believe, is going to be the next Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game because we have Champions coming out. That is a Switch 1 game too. Switch 1, Switch 2, and mobile. And of course, Fire Leaf Rain is on both consoles as well. So I think Gen 10 is going to be the next one, unless they do announce something like we have the Pokemon Karasu leak that could be like a Legends Johto. which if you guys want to stay updated on all things with that leak, which is another game, mainline game, may I add, that was not in the tier leak. This is something new. Make sure to subscribe. Help me reach our goal of 50,000 subscribers. Each and every one of you guys means the world to me. I love talking about this stuff. It's so fun. Like I said a million times, this game sets the tone for Gen 10 because of the fact that they really put effort into this game. Guess what? With Gen 10, it seems like they are putting effort into the game. I mean, look how much better the graphics look. Look how good the water looks. It just looks so good. Generation 10 will still improve with the graphics, like I said, but it looks very good, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to fully look like when it actually does come out. And like I said, overall, they delayed the game, so they're still going to be working on it, and it seems like they may have finally actually figured out what they want to do with Pokemon. They seem like they finally know what they are going to do in the future. They have tried a lot of things that failed. They've also tried a lot of things that worked perfectly and worked amazingly, swimmingly, if you will. And with that being said, I think we're just in great hands with Generation 10. I know a lot of people are very concerned about Gen 10 just because a lot of people didn't like Gen 9, Legends ZA. A lot of people just say they've had enough, basically, but I just think we have to sit back, wait for Gen 10 to actually come out, and just enjoy the games that we have now. We have Fire Red Leaf Green, which I still need to play more of. I've only put in 3 hours into that game. I've put in more hours into Pokopia, basically, than I have with Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green right now. It's gonna work out, guys. We just gotta wait. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this was a Yap Fest video. I just had a lot of points and a lot of topics on my mind about Generation 10, how I think it's gonna be good, and what I think they could do to even make it better than what we could even imagine. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. I'll see you in the next one. If you are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below Charmander. Let's show some love to Charmander right here. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Someone